No muzzle entertainment.
This is DJ Deadeye and you're watching SANDOFILMS.
Off the mic. Let it go. Let it go. Let them know I'm about to go. So let it go. Let it go. Let them know I'm about to go. So
red light, green light, no matter, I'ma let it go. No predicate, but still a derelict, flow like the kettle blow. X and O's, lesson for foes, no foe for show. Weapon capping, I'm going burning shopping, yo. Bernard Hopkins after 44. Knock a nigga silly, Yakinelli grenade to your grill piece. I kill beats, spill these for ST. Rest in peace to MCs, Sugar Ray and Dempsey.
This is DJ Deadeye, representing Lawrence, Massachusetts. I'm a hip-hop DJ and a producer. I'm a DJ for Terminology, Slain, Rex, ST The Squad. Produced for many artists. I was born in the Caribbean, but I grew up mostly in Lawrence. Through the 80s and into the 90s, the Spanish population just like tripled, quadrupled, you know? So Spanish people run the hood now. You know, growing up was a lot of Spanish music, a lot of salsa, a lot of merengue. I got a hold of a tape when I was about, I wanna say 6 or 7 years old. It was called Power Rap. And it had like Lottie Dottie on it. Lottie Dottie was like my jam, you know, at the time. Throughout the 80s, you know, Boogie Down Productions, EPMD, Slick Rick, obviously, you know, big influence. Run DMC, big influence. Beastie Boys, big influence. Hip hop was it for me. I was just intrigued with, you know, the styles and the rhymes and the beats.
Comes back, then it gets very scary. Better choose who you talk shit about carefully.
The way I got into DJing, I used to watch a lot of those old DMC tapes, like Rock Raider and the Executioners and Qbert, Mixmaster Mike and all these dudes. I got turntables in order to sample, but I was always into DJ stuff, you know? So I got a job as a janitor for like 3 months, saved up like $1,300. I got a pair of 1200 MK2s, and I got a Vestax 07. And I was on from then, you know what I mean? So then I started doing parties, I started doing more tapes, making more copies of stuff, you know, getting out to different cities and promoting myself. And I was DJing clubs, you know, in New Hampshire and Mass and, you know, Rhode Island. I just felt like I got played out, you know what I mean? You know, I got tired of, you know, people who didn't know nothing about music coming up to me asking me about if I could play the new whatever. And I was just like, no. So I just made the transition slowly to being like, well, I want to get behind an artist that I believe in, has the drive, and has the willingness to really go about it, you know? There's a lot of artists I would love to work with, you know, that I haven't worked with. There's some that I have worked with so far that are super bucket list names, you know?
Such a cold bastard I was only passionate about my past as it was. Perhaps I'm too consumed about the cash and the drugs. I shed tears when they asked what I was living lost. Money, money, money got my mind on me. So every day I'm on my grind, homie. Got no clue about when my time going in. Like I'm living my whole life blindfolded. I'm lost.
So it's hard for me because some of that I've already done, you know what I mean? But there's so many other ones, you know. There's, you know, I would love to work with Jay-Z or Primo, Pharrell, Snoop Dogg. Like, I would love to work with those guys. Those are some of the best at what they do, you know what I mean?
It's time I came to bomb at the rhyme is one of a kind of rewinding the mastermind and lines I'm designing, finding. You know the spit is heavy, real is the obituary. I roll a stick of cherry, it's the walking dictionary. Living lavish, now reality to the realest rappers. Stealing cabbage, filling ratchets up until they feeling fattest.
Me and Term linked, I think, in 03. And then we did a couple joints here and there. In 04, we did our first like out-of-town tour. Me and Term toured with Sean Price, rest in peace, and Rock from Helter Skelter, and their artist Rusty Jux in like 2004. And that was the first like out-of-town with real known hip-hop artists that, you know, I had done. And the shows were crazy and it was like insane, you know what I mean? So upcoming projects, I have the ST The Squad album. It's about 10 plus years in the making. Some big names, some dudes you probably never heard of, but the collective is some out of control shit. I got an EP dropping called Intervention. It's kind of like a concept project, probably like 10 tracks. And then I got my sophomore album dropping early to mid 2018. And that's got crazy stuff on it already. I don't want to disclose no names, but I'm cooking. The scene in Mass is, you know, it's probably the best it's been in 20 years, you know? Current state of hip-hop, I think, is flourishing. The stuff that they want to distract you with, or stuff that, you know, quote-unquote, is not good, or bad representation of hip-hop is in your face, you know? So all the great shit is, like, right under that. You just got to move it out the way, you know? Just go look for it. It's there. It's all over the place. The real stuff that we grew up on, all that, you know, Public Enemy and stuff like that exists now. It's just in a different form, and the artists are younger, you know what I mean? And they have a different outlet and a different view, but it's there, you know what I mean?
It's Snook, the one they waiting on. No matter what stage I'm on, play the song. Shit don't get crazier than when they perform. ST back and amazing them with this latest one. Hating while I'm eating till everything on the plate is gone. It ain't an obstacle. They know the Baraka flow, but chop them whole. Pockets low, still willing to rock and roll. We rap addicts, they had it and now we have it. No, we mass baddicts and now we back at it with static. Let them know.
The mark I want to make on hip hop, you know, everybody says put their city on the map or whatever, but mostly it's just to show the difference between, you know, New York and New England, hip-hop-wise, and the difference between, say, like a Boston and a Lawrence, you know, how it's just two different worlds, you know? So I want to try to convey that, and I also want to show people from my city that just because you're in a small town in a, you know, state where there really isn't that much industry, you know, you could be a household name in hip-hop. You know, you can rub elbows with some of these superstars and work and have them respect you as much as you respect them.
We the ST familiar, get familiar. We for murder mass, a million, so your millies up. You the type to stab her back and then try to dap when I pass her the max with my catching and catching ass whooping.